The giant screen in the Nexus Empire's command center showed Earth spinning slowly, its blue oceans and green lands looking peaceful and weak. Du Hyun stood tall, his silver hunting armor reflecting the light from the screen. He looked at his team of 12 elite hunters, each chosen for their perfect record in hunting dangerous creatures across 100 worlds. Earth is primitive, Du Hyun said to his team. They have no spaceships, no laser weapons, no plasma shields. He touched the control panel, and the screen showed pictures of Earth's animals. These are their strongest creatures. We will hunt them all. Hanul, his second in command, stepped forward. Her black armor was covered in marks, each showing the successful hunt. But Commander, why waste our time on such an easy target? Do Hyun smiled. The Empire wants to know if Earth has any hidden strengths. What better way than to hunt their best killers? He pointed to images of tigers, lions, and bears. Their teeth and claws are nothing compared to our armor. Their simple eyes are no match for our cloaking technology. The hunters nodded, checking their weapons. Each carried a plasma rifle that could cut through steel, and their armor could stop anything short of a spaceship's main gun. Their helmets had sensors that could spot a warm body from miles away. In the back of the room, a young hunter named Jin Ho raised his hand. I heard stories about Earth. They say their animals are different. Stories to scare children. Du Hyun laughed. We have hunted acid-spitting beasts on Nexus 7. We have killed flying predators on the gas giants. Earth's simple animals will be easy. The team split into 4 groups of 3. Each group would land in a different place on Earth. Forests, mountains, deserts, and icelands. They would hunt the top killers in each place and bring back proof of their kills. On Earth, in a wildlife research center in South Korea, Jae-yun sat at her computer, frowning at the strange readings on her screen. The tigers she tracked were acting weird. They were all moving in the same direction, something they never did before. Her phone rang. It was Ta-won from the military. Jae-yun, are you seeing this? All the predators. They're gathering. Yes, she said, watching the red dots on her screen move. It's like they sense something. Something that makes them nervous or hungry. Ta-won was quiet for a moment. We're picking up strange energy readings, like nothing we've seen before. They're coming from space. In their ship high above Earth, Du Hyun's team made final checks. Their smaller ships would get them to Earth without being seen. Their armor would hide them from any human technology. They were the best hunters in known space, ready to prove that Earth's creatures were nothing special. Remember, Du Hyun said as his team prepared to leave, we're not here to kill humans, just their animals. Show them how weak their world really is. Hanul checked her plasma rifle one last time. Something felt wrong, but she couldn't say what. In all their hunts across the galaxy, she had never felt this strange feeling in her stomach, like they were missing something important. The first group, led by Jin Ho, would land in a forest in India. The second, under Hanul, would go to the African plains. The third would hunt in the Amazon rainforest, and Du Hyun's group would start in the cold forests of Russia. As their ships broke through Earth's atmosphere, hidden in the night sky, Earth's predators began to move. Tigers stopped hunting their usual prey. Lions left their normal areas. Wolves gathered in larger packs. Bears changed their paths. In her office, Jae-yun's computer showed more and more predators moving in strange ways. Ta-won, she said into her phone, I think something big is about to happen. These animals, they're getting ready for something. High above, Du Hyun gave the final order. Begin the hunt. Show these Earth creatures what real predators look like. Little did they know, Earth's hunters had already begun their own hunt. Millions of years of evolution had prepared them for this moment. The silent killers of Earth were about to teach the galaxy's best hunters a lesson they would never forget. As the alien ships landed softly in their chosen spots, the night seemed very quiet. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that Earth's predators created just before they struck. Jin Ho's team landed in a thick forest in India as the sun was setting. Their ships were hidden under special covers that made them look like large rocks. The three hunters turned on their cloaking devices, becoming almost invisible in the growing darkness. Sensors show a large heat signature 2 miles east. One of Jin Ho's teammates, Mireille, said quietly. Her helmet displayed colored shapes showing where warm bodies were moving. It must be one of their tigers. The third hunter, Sangmin, checked his plasma rifle. This will be too easy. These animals won't even see us coming. They moved through the forest without making a sound, their boots using special technology to avoid stepping on twigs or leaves. Their suits kept their body heat hidden, and their cloaking made them nearly impossible to see. They were perfect hunters. Or so they thought. Half a mile away, a female tiger lifted her head and sniffed the air. Something was wrong. The forest had new smells, strange smells that didn't belong. She could hear something moving, but it didn't sound right. Whatever it wasn't natural. And things that weren't natural were usually dangerous. Jin Ho's team reached a small clearing. Their sensors showed the tiger was close, but something was strange. The forest was too quiet. No birds, no small animals, nothing. Mireille, check the left side. Sangmin, go right. I'll go straight ahead, Jin Ho ordered. Remember, we want to prove how easy it is to hunt Earth's best killers. They split up, each moving in their assigned direction. Mireille walked carefully, her rifle ready. Her sensors showed nothing close by, but she still felt uneasy. Years of hunting had taught her to trust her feelings. She was right to be worried. The tiger had been following them for 10 minutes, moving like a shadow through her own forest. She saw their strange shape in the air, like heat waves on a hot day. She could smell them clearly, these strange new things in her territory. Most importantly, she could hear them breathing. Sangmin was the first to die. He never even fired his rifle. One moment he was scanning the trees, the next moment teeth stronger than steel clamped around his neck. His armor, designed to stop energy weapons and plasma bolts, couldn't handle the crushing force of a tiger's jaws. Sangmin, report. Jin Ho called through their radio. Only static answered. Mireille turned toward where Sangmin had been. Her sensors showed nothing dangerous nearby, but her instincts screamed danger. She raised her rifle, turning slowly in a circle. The tiger watched from above, balanced perfectly on a thick branch. These strange creatures looked up with their eyes, but they didn't use their nose or ears properly. They didn't understand the forest. They didn't know how to really hunt. Mireille died next. The tiger dropped from the branch without a sound. 300 pounds of muscle and bone hit Mireille from above. Her armor cracked under the tiger's weight. Before she could scream, it was over. Jin Ho heard the crack of breaking armor through his radio. Mireille. Mireille, answer me. His hand shook as he held his rifle. The forest seemed to be closing in around him. He backed up against a tree, watching all directions. His sensors still showed nothing dangerous nearby. How was this possible? Their technology could spot any living thing. Unless Earth's hunters had some way to hide that their technology didn't understand. The tiger circled Jin Ho slowly. She could smell his fear now. These strange creatures weren't so strong after all. They didn't know how to move silently. They didn't know how to use the wind to hide their scent. They didn't know how to really see in the forest. Jin Ho's last message to his ship was cut short. The tiger didn't attack from above or behind. She walked right up to him from the front. His sensors finally showed her, but too late. Her golden eyes were the last thing he saw. In her office, Jai Yun watched the data on her screen with wide eyes. The tiger she had been tracking had just killed something, but there was no report of any human in that area. Taiwan, she said into her phone. I think we need to check the forest near tracking point 7. Something very strange just happened. High above Earth, Haynul received the emergency signal from Jinho's team. All 3 hunters' life signs had gone dark in less than 5 minutes. How could Earth's simple animals do this to elite hunters? Maybe those stories about Earth weren't just stories after all. Jia Yun sat in a military command center, surrounded by large screens showing maps and data. She looked at Taiwan, who was pointing at strange energy readings on one of the screens. "Look at this pattern," she said, pulling up her wildlife tracking data. "Every time we see these energy spikes, the predators in that area start acting strange." And then, she paused, touching her tablet. "Something dies, but we never find bodies." Taiwan nodded, his face serious. 3 energy signatures disappeared in India last night, right where your tiger was hunting. He pulled up a satellite image. "And now we're seeing the same kind of readings in Africa." In Africa, Haynul's team was moving across the savannah in the early morning light. After losing Jinho's team, they were being more careful. Their sensors were set to maximum power, searching for any sign of danger. "Commander Du Hyun wants us to continue the mission," Haynul told her 2 teammates, Sujin and Daho. "But we do this my way. No splitting up." They walked in a tight triangle, watching all directions. The grass was tall, reaching up to their waists. The morning sun made their cloaking devices work less well, creating slight shadows on the ground. What they didn't know was that they were already being watched. A pride of lions had smelled them from 3 miles away. The lions hadn't eaten these strange new creatures before, but they smelled like meat, like prey. Back in the command center, Jia Yun noticed something on her screen. "Taiwan, look at this. The lions, they're hunting together. All of them. Different prides are joining up. I've never seen this before." Taiwan quickly typed on his computer. "The energy signatures are moving toward a waterhole, right where the lions are going." In Africa, Haynul's team reached the waterhole. They needed to refill their water tanks, and their maps showed this was the biggest water source in the area. "Sujin, watch our backs. Daho, check the water's edge." "I'll keep scanning," Haynul ordered. She didn't like being in the open, but they had no choice. The lions moved through the grass like shadows. 15 of them now, moving in perfect sync. They had hunted together for years, but never like this. Something in their ancient blood told them these new creatures were dangerous. That meant they needed to hunt as a team. Daho knelt by the water, his rifle ready. The water looked calm. His sensors showed nothing dangerous nearby. That's when he noticed something odd. There were no other animals at the waterhole. In the African heat, there should have been many animals drinking. "Haynul," he said quietly into his radio. "Something's wrong. It's too quiet." Before Haynul could answer, the first lion attacked. It came from behind, jumping at Sujin with massive claws extended. Her armor held, but the force knocked her down. She tried to aim her rifle, but 2 more lions were already on her. "Help!" she screamed. Her armor cracked under the weight of 3 lions. Then 5. Then 7. The lions worked together, each one knowing exactly where to bite and claw. Haynul fired her rifle, but the lions were too close to Sujin. She couldn't shoot without hitting her teammate. Daho ran back from the water, firing into the air, trying to scare the lions away. That was his mistake. The rest of the pride had circled behind him. They attacked from both sides, knocking him down. His rifle flew from his hands. The lions didn't care about the strange taste of his armor. They kept biting, kept clawing, until they found the weak spots. Haynul watched in horror as both her teammates died. Their armor, made to stop the strongest weapons in the galaxy, couldn't handle the pure muscle and bone of Earth's predators. She turned to run, but the lions had surrounded her. In the command center, Jia Yun and Taiwan watched their screens as 2 more energy signatures vanished. "They're not human," Taiwan said quietly. "These energy readings, they're something else, something from up there." He pointed at the sky. Jia Yun looked at her wildlife data again. The animals know. Somehow, they know these are invaders, and they're working together to stop them. High above Earth, Du Hyun received Hae-Nul's emergency signal. The hunters were becoming the hunted. Maybe, he thought, they had made a terrible mistake in coming to Earth. But it was too late to stop now. His pride wouldn't let him. Du Hyun paced in his ship, angry at losing 2 teams. His pride was hurt. 6 of his best hunters were dead, killed by simple Earth animals. It made no sense. "We are the best hunters in the galaxy," he said to his remaining teams through the radio. "We will not be beaten by creatures that don't even have basic technology. Split up. Cover more ground. Show these Earth beasts what real hunters can do." Hae-Nul, who had barely escaped the lions, spoke up. "Commander, splitting up is a mistake. These animals, they're different. They work together in ways we've never seen." "Are you afraid of simple animals, Hae-Nul?" Du Hyun's voice was cold. "Follow your orders. We split up." In the Amazon rainforest, the 3rd team prepared to hunt. They had heard about the others dying, but their leader, Min-Ki, thought he knew better. His team would hunt jaguars, and they would succeed where the others failed. High in the trees, a jaguar watched them. Unlike tigers who hunted on the ground, or lions who hunted in groups, jaguars were masters of hunting from above. This one could smell the strange creatures, could see their weird transparent shapes moving through her forest. Min-Ki's team moved deeper into the rainforest. The air was hot and wet. Their sensors had trouble seeing through all the plants and trees. Everything was alive here, making it hard to spot specific targets. In the cold forests of Russia, Du Hyun led his own team, hunting for bears. The snow made it easier to see tracks, but harder to move quietly. Their boots left prints, even with their advanced technology. A massive brown bear stood on a hill, watching them. Bears weren't just strong, they were smart. This one had smelled the strange creatures from far away. It knew they didn't belong here. And bears protected their territory. Back in the command center, Yoon-jae had joined Jae-yun and Ta-won. She worked with satellites and could track the strange energy signals better than anyone. "Look at this," Yoon-jae said, pointing at her screen. "They're in 3 places now. The Amazon, Russia, and there's still 1 signal moving in Africa." Jae-yun checked her wildlife data. The predators in all 3 areas are acting strange. They're hunting, but not normal prey. They're hunting something else. In the Amazon, Min-Ki's team faced their first attack. The jaguar struck from above, landing on Sungha's back. The force of the big cat's jump was so strong it cracked his armor in 1 hit. Before anyone could help, the jaguar dragged Sungha up into the trees. "Impossible," Min-Ki shouted, firing his rifle into the trees. But the jaguar was already gone, moving through the branches like a ghost. Their sensors couldn't track it through the thick leaves. In Russia, Du Hyun's team found themselves in trouble too. The bear wasn't hunting like the other animals. It was smarter. It had driven them toward a cliff, cutting off their escape path. "Stand your ground," Du Hyun ordered. "It's just 1 bear. We have weapons that can cut through steel." The bear stood up on its back legs, twice as tall as the hunters. Du Hyun fired his rifle, but the plasma bolt just burned the bear's thick fur. The bear didn't run. It wasn't afraid. Instead, it charged. Hae-Nul, still in Africa, heard the screams through her radio as more hunters died. The bear killed 2 of Du Hyun's team by crushing their armor like paper. In the Amazon, another jaguar attacked Min-Ki's group, this time taking the 2nd hunter. "Commander," Hae-Nul called through the radio, "we must retreat. These animals are too strong." Do Hyun wouldn't listen. His pride was too big. "No, we are the galaxy's best hunters. We will not be defeated by simple beasts." Those were his last words before the bear reached him. In the command center, Jae-yun, Ta-won, and Yoon-jae watched more energy signatures disappear. The animals, Jai-yun said softly, "They're protecting Earth. They've been doing it for millions of years. Evolution made them perfect hunters. And now they're hunting the hunters." Yoon-ji nodded. These aliens thought technology made them strong. But Earth's predators have something better. Millions of years of natural selection. They are the perfect killing machines. Only Hanul was left now, hiding in Africa, listening as her fellow hunters died one by one. She finally understood their mistake. They had come to Earth thinking they were the greatest hunters in the galaxy. But Earth's predators had been perfecting their skills since before humans walked the planet. The hunters had become the prey. Yoon-ji hadn't slept in 2 days. She sat in the command center, her eyes fixed on the satellite data flowing across her screens. Patterns were starting to appear in the strange energy readings. "Jai-yun, come look at this," she called, waving to her friend. "The aliens, they're not just landing randomly. They're targeting specific areas, places with the most predators." Jai-yun walked over, holding a cup of coffee. Her wildlife tracking program was showing even stranger behavior now. The animals are changing their normal patterns. "Look here," she pointed at her tablet. "Wolves are leaving their territories. Bears are moving south. Tigers are gathering in groups." Taiwan joined them, bringing new satellite images. "We've counted 15 dead aliens so far. Their bodies just disappear after a while, like they have some kind of self-destruct system." In Africa, Hanul was still alive, but scared. She had found a safe place in an old building where she could watch the savannah through broken windows. Her radio was quiet now. No more screams. No more death reports. She was the only hunter left. "This is Hanul," she whispered into her radio. "Mission status: complete failure. Earth's predators are. They're unlike anything we've ever seen. They hunt better than us. They think better than us. They..." A sound made her stop talking. Outside the building, something was moving in the tall grass. Many things. The lions had found her again. Back in the command center, Yoon-ji suddenly sat up straight. "New signals. More of them are coming." Her screen showed 3 new energy signatures entering Earth's atmosphere. "They're heading for South America." Jai-yun checked her wildlife data. The jaguars are already moving toward those landing spots. How do they know? How can they sense where the aliens will be? Taiwan made a quick decision. "We need to help Earth's predators, not fight for them. They're doing that just fine. But we can guide them. Show them where to go." The new alien hunters landed in Brazil, their ships hidden under thick jungle trees. They were different from the first groups. Bigger, more heavily armed. They had seen the videos of their fellow hunters dying, and they were ready. But Earth's predators were ready too. Yoon-ji tracked the new aliens on her screens. They're moving north, toward the Amazon River. She looked at Jai-yun. "What's waiting for them there?" Jai-yun smiled. "Everything. Jaguars, caimans, anacondas. The Amazon isn't just a forest. It's the most dangerous hunting ground on Earth." The new hunters moved carefully, their weapons ready. Their leader, a huge warrior named Q1, had fought on 100 worlds. He thought he was prepared for Earth's hunters. He was wrong. The attack came from all sides. Jaguars dropped from the trees. Giant snakes rose from the water. Caimans lunged from the riverbank. The aliens' advanced armor meant nothing to the crushing power of an anaconda. Their plasma rifles couldn't hit the lightning-fast jaguars. In the command center, the 3 humans watched the energy signatures flicker and die. "The animals," Yoon-ji said softly, "they're not just defending their territory now. They're actively hunting the aliens, like they know these creatures are a threat to all of Earth." Jai-yun nodded. "It's like Earth itself is fighting back, using its best weapons, the predators that evolution spent millions of years perfecting." Hanul, still trapped in her building in Africa, heard the new hunters dying through her radio. Their screams were the same as all the others. Earth's predators showed no mercy, no fear. They were nature's perfect hunters. "Command center," she said into her radio. "This is Hanul. I need to tell you something important. Something the Empire needs to know." She paused, hearing the lions moving closer. "Earth isn't defenseless. It's the most dangerous planet we've ever found. Its defenders have been here for millions of years, getting stronger, getting smarter." Taiwan, listening to the alien's transmission, turned to his colleagues. "We're not just watching a fight," he said. "We're watching Earth's immune system at work. The predators are like white blood cells, attacking anything that threatens their world." Outside Haynul's hiding place, the lions began to roar. The sound echoed across the savannah, a warning to all invaders. Earth was not weak. Earth was not helpless. Earth was a living weapon, and its teeth and claws were very, very sharp. Haynul's hand shook as she checked her armor's power level. The small screen on her wrist showed only 20% power left. Soon, her cloaking device would fail. Soon, she would be as visible as any normal prey. The lions hadn't left. For 2 days, they had stayed around the old building, taking turns watching every exit. They weren't just animals anymore. They were soldiers defending their planet. And they were patient. "This is Haynul, recording what might be my last message," she whispered into her radio. "Everything we thought we knew about Earth was wrong. Their animals don't just hunt by sight. They can smell us through our cloaking. They can hear our breathing through our armor. They hunt in ways our technology can't stop." In the command center, Yoonji picked up Haynul's transmission. "She's still alive," she told Jai-yun and Taiwan. "But she's trapped. The lions have her surrounded." Jai-yun checked her wildlife tracking screen. "Not just lions now. Look." She pointed at several red dots moving toward Haynul's location. "Hyenas are coming too. And leopards. They're all working together." Taiwan studied the data. Earth's predators are coordinating their attacks better than any military unit I've ever seen. It's like they share one mind when they hunt. In space, above Earth's atmosphere, the Nexus Empire's main ship received Haynul's message. The ship's commander, a veteran hunter named Sung-ho, listened with growing concern. "Send in the rescue team," he ordered. "Full combat gear. Maximum weapons. Get her out of there." His second-in-command looked worried. "Sir, we've already lost 20 hunters." "Maybe we should." "Do it," Sung-ho shouted. "We are not going to be defeated by simple animals." The rescue ship entered Earth's atmosphere at night, trying to hide in the darkness. But Earth's predators didn't need light to hunt. They could smell the ship's strange metals. They could feel its vibrations in the ground. They knew more invaders were coming. Hanul heard the rescue ship approaching. Hope filled her chest for a moment. Then she heard something else. Howling. Not from wolves, but from wild dogs. African wild dogs, joining the lions and hyenas around her hiding place. "No," she whispered. "No, don't land. Don't come here. This is a trap." The rescue team didn't hear her warning. Their ship landed 2 miles from Haynul's position. 5 heavily armed hunters stepped out, their new armor shining in the moonlight. "Move fast," their leader said. "Get to Haynul's position before the local wildlife notices us." But the wildlife had noticed them before they even entered the atmosphere. Hundreds of eyes watched from the darkness. Lions, leopards, hyenas, and wild dogs had created a hunting party unlike anything in Earth's history. Jai-yun watched it all unfold on her screens. "The predators," she said softly, "they're not fighting each other anymore. They're not competing for territory or food. They're working together to protect Earth." The rescue team moved through the darkness, their helmet sensors scanning for danger. But the animals of Earth had learned. They stayed downwind. They moved between sensor pulses. They used the land itself to hide their body heat. The attack came from all sides at once. Lions charged from the front. Hyenas struck from the sides. Wild dogs attacked from behind. Leopards dropped from above. The rescue team's new armor lasted 30 seconds longer than the old armor. In her hiding place, Newell listened to their screams. Their better weapons and stronger armor meant nothing. Earth's predators had evolved perfect hunting techniques over millions of years. No technology could match that. "I understand now," she said into her radio, knowing the main ship could hear her. "We came here thinking we were the greatest hunters in the galaxy. But we were wrong. Earth's predators don't just hunt with teeth and claws. They hunt with experience passed down through countless generations. They hunt with instincts sharpened by millions of years of survival." In the command center, Taiwan turned to his colleagues. "This isn't just about defending territory anymore. Earth's predators are sending a message to the galaxy. Don't come here. Don't try to conquer this world. Because Earth's defenders never sleep, never stop, and never show mercy to invaders." Newell checked her armor's power level again. 15% now. Soon, the cloaking would fail. Soon, she would face Earth's judgment. And she knew, finally, that she deserved it. Taiwan stood in front of a room full of military leaders. On the big screen behind him, maps showed the positions of Earth's predators and the remaining alien signals. "We don't need to fight them directly," he said, pointing to the map. "Earth's predators are doing that for us. What we need to do is help them hunt." Jai-Yun stepped forward. "The animals are already working together in ways we've never seen. But we can make their hunting even better." She showed pictures of the alien hunters' deaths. "Look how they died. Not by our weapons, but by nature's weapons." In space, the Nexus Empire's main ship prepared for a final attack. Commander Sumho was angry. His best hunters were dead, killed by simple Earth animals. Now he wanted revenge. "Prepare all ships," he ordered. "We will land a full hunting party, 100 of our best warriors. Earth's beasts won't be able to fight so many of us at once." But Earth was ready. Yoonji tracked the alien ships on her screens. "They're coming. All of them. At least 20 ships, carrying many hunters." Taiwan smiled. "Good. Jai-Yun, are the animals in position?" Jai-Yun checked her wildlife data. "Yes. We've used sound signals to guide the predators. Low frequencies they can feel but can't hear. Every landing zone is surrounded." The military had learned from watching the aliens die. They didn't need advanced weapons. They needed to help Earth's predators do what they did best: hunt. The first alien ships landed in Africa. As soon as they touched the ground, the human team started their plan. They used special speakers to make sounds that scared small animals. This made the small animals run toward the alien hunters. The aliens didn't understand what was happening. Their sensors showed hundreds of small animals running past them, but they didn't realize they were being pushed into a trap. Where prey runs, predators follow. Newell, still hiding in her building, felt the ground shake as the ships landed. Her radio came alive with the voices of the new hunters. They sounded confident, sure of victory, just like she had been before Earth taught her the truth about real hunting. "Listen to me," she tried to warn them. "The animals, they're not just attacking randomly. They're hunting us, really hunting us, and now the humans are helping them." But the new hunters didn't listen. They were too proud, too sure of their technology. They spread out across the land, their weapons ready, looking for Earth's predators. They didn't realize the predators had already found them. In the command center, Jai-Yun watched her screens. The lions are moving in from the south, tigers from the east, bears from the north, wolves from the west. She looked at Taiwan. "We've guided them all here, using their own hunting instincts." The aliens found themselves being pushed together by waves of fleeing animals. Their formation broke apart as they tried to avoid the stampeding prey. That's when Earth's predators attacked. It wasn't just random attacks anymore. The humans had studied how Earth's predators hunted. They used recorded sounds to guide the aliens into dead ends. They used heat lamps to confuse the alien sensors. They used everything they knew about Earth's hunters to make them even more deadly. The new hunters died just like the others. Their better weapons couldn't hit what they couldn't see. Their stronger armor couldn't stop jaws that could crush bone. Their advanced technology meant nothing against millions of years of evolution. In her hiding place, Hanul listened to the radio fill with screams again, but this time was different. This time she understood what was happening. Earth wasn't just defending itself, it was teaching the galaxy a lesson. The humans, she said into her radio, they understand their world in a way we never could. They don't try to fight nature. They work with it. They make it stronger. In the command center, Taiwan watched more alien signals disappear from his screens. We don't need spaceships or laser weapons, he said. Earth gave us everything we need to defend ourselves. We just had to learn how to use it. The lesson was clear. Earth was not weak. Earth was not helpless. Earth was a living weapon, and now its teeth and claws had human minds guiding them. Hanul's armor power dropped to 5%. Her cloaking device flickered and died. She could hear the lions outside, their deep breaths and soft paws moving closer to her hiding place. But something else caught her attention. A new sound, different from the lions. It was coming from the north. Wolves. In the command center, Jai Yun watched her wildlife tracking screens with wide eyes. The wolf packs are here, all of them, more than I've ever seen together. Yun Jai looked up from her satellite data. The last group of alien hunters is being pushed south by the wolves, right toward Hanul's position. Taiwan nodded. The final hunt is beginning. Commander Sung Ho's voice crackled over the radio from the main ship. All remaining hunters, move to Rescue Point 3. We will make our final stand there. Show these Earth beasts the power of real hunters. The last 20 alien hunters moved through the darkness, their armor shining under the moon. They were the survivors of the 100 who had landed. Now they just wanted to escape. But Earth had other plans. The wolves appeared first, not as single attackers, but as a flowing river of fur and teeth, hundreds of them, moving like one creature. They didn't attack. They just followed, pushing the aliens forward. Wolves don't hunt like other predators, Jai Yun explained to her colleagues. They don't ambush. They chase. They wear down their prey. Make it tired. Make it scared. Make it run right where they want it to go. The alien hunters fired their weapons at the wolves, but the pack simply split apart like water around rocks, then came back together. They weren't trying to kill yet. They were herding their prey. Hanul watched through a broken window as the hunters came closer to her position. She could see their fear now, in the way they moved, in the way they held their weapons, the same fear she felt. You don't understand, she whispered into her radio. The wolves aren't hunting alone. They're working with. The lions attacked from both sides of the street. The hyenas came from behind. The hunters found themselves trapped between walls of teeth and claws. Earth's predators learned from killing us. Hanul continued, her voice shaking. Each group learned from the others. The wolves learned patience from the lions. The lions learned teamwork from the wolves. They're not just animals anymore. They're becoming something new. The aliens tried to fight back. Their weapons flashed in the darkness. But Earth's hunters had seen these weapons now, had learned how they worked. The predators stayed in the aliens' blind spots, struck at their weak points, pulled them apart one by one. In the command center, Taiwan watched the alien signals blink out one after another. They thought technology made them strong, he said. But Earth's predators have something better, the wisdom of millions of years of evolution. The last 10 hunters backed into a tight circle, firing in all directions. The wolves pulled back, letting the lions and hyenas rest. The predators took turns, attacking then retreating, wearing down their prey. Hanul's radio filled with screams as the hunters died. Not quick deaths like before. The predators were being careful now, methodical, making sure their prey could never threaten Earth again. This is their world. Hey Newell said into her radio, knowing these would be her last words to her people. We came here thinking we were the greatest hunters in the galaxy. But Earth is where hunting was perfected. Every predator here is the result of countless battles for survival. They're not just killing us. They're teaching us a lesson. The last hunter fell. In space, Commander Sung-Ho watched in horror as the final signal went dark. Newell heard movement behind her. She turned slowly. A wolf stood in the doorway, not attacking, just watching. Behind it, she could see lions and hyenas, all waiting quietly. Earth's judgment had come for her. I understand now, she said softly. Real hunting isn't about technology. It's about being part of the natural world. About understanding it, respecting it. The wolf stepped forward, its yellow eyes fixed on her. In those eyes, Hey Newell saw something she never expected to see in an Earth creature. Intelligence, purpose, and most surprisingly, mercy. 1 month had passed since the final battle. Jia-Yun stood in front of her wildlife tracking screens, watching the predators return to their normal territories. The wolves went back north. The lions spread out across the savannah. Earth's defenders were going home. It's amazing, she said to Ta-Won and Yoonji. They'd worked together to fight the aliens. Now they're just going back to their normal lives. Hey Newell sat nearby, wearing simple human clothes instead of armor. After that night when the wolf had shown her mercy, she had surrendered to Earth's judgment. To everyone's surprise, the predators had let her live. My people didn't understand, she said, watching the screens. We thought being good hunters meant having the best weapons, the best armor, the best technology. She smiled sadly. We were so wrong. In space, the Nexus Empire's main ship had received Hey Newell's final report. Commander Sung-Ho played it for the Empire's leaders. Earth is not a primitive world waiting to be conquered. Earth is the most dangerous planet we have ever found. Its defenders have been perfecting the art of hunting since before humans walked upright. They don't need technology. They have something far more powerful, the wisdom of nature itself. Ta-Won had helped Hey Newell send the report. Your people needed to understand, he told her. Earth's predators aren't just animals. They're the result of millions of years of evolution. Each one is perfect at what it does. In the weeks that followed, Earth's scientists studied the alien technology left behind. But more importantly, they studied how the predators had worked together to defeat the aliens. Look at this, Jia-Yun said, showing everyone a video. It showed wolves and lions hunting together, using tactics they had learned during the alien attacks. They're still cooperating sometimes, still using what they learned. Newell spent her days helping Jia-Yun study Earth's predators. She had gone from hunting them to protecting them. Each group has its own special skills, she explained. Tigers are silent killers. Lions are team hunters. Wolves are patient chasers. Together, they're unstoppable. The Nexus Empire sent a message to Earth. Not a threat, but a peace offer. They had learned their lesson. Earth was not to be conquered. Earth was to be respected. Yoonji kept watching the skies with her satellites, but no more alien ships came. Your report scared them, she told Hey Newell. They finally understand what they're dealing with. Newell nodded. Good. They needed to learn what I learned. That Earth's strength isn't in weapons or technology. It's in the perfect balance of nature, in the skills that only evolution can create. One day, while watching a wolf pack hunt, Jia-Yun made an important discovery. The predators, she said excitedly. They're teaching each other. The wolves are using tiger hunting tactics. The lions are using wolf pack strategies. They're getting even better at hunting. Ta-Won understood what this meant. Earth's defenses are getting stronger. If anyone else tries to invade, they'll face predators that are even more dangerous. Newell had made her choice to stay on Earth. She wanted to learn from its predators, not hunt them. She wanted to understand the real meaning of being a hunter. My people thought we were the best hunters in the galaxy, she told her new friends. But we were like children playing with toys. Earth's predators are the real hunters. They taught us that hunting isn't about killing. It's about being part of nature's balance. In the forests, mountains, and plains of Earth, life went back to normal. But something had changed. Earth's predators had learned new things. They had worked together. They had become more than just animals. They had become Earth's guardians. The next aliens who come here, Jai-Yun said, watching a tiger teach its cubs new hunting moves, will face something even more dangerous than what you faced. Hanul smiled. Yes, and I'll be here to warn them, to tell them what I learned. She looked out at the wilderness. Earth doesn't need spaceships or energy weapons. Earth has teeth, claws, and the wisdom of millions of years. That's the strongest defense of all. In the command center, they kept a simple message ready to send to any future invaders. Welcome to Earth. The greatest hunters in the galaxy are waiting for you, and they're always hungry.